what drives you to continue competing in superbikes?
I just want to be the voice of the voiceless. Yeah.
Nice.
So there are a few guys who are the previous seer.
Mm.
They want to get into racing, but they don't know how.
Yeah.
And I tend to find them most of the time on my social media pages. They'd message me or just to ask, how did you go into the sport?
Now you already know that this is the podcast where we sit on the couch and keep it real. I know that's right.
You watching my stories. I see you getting my lifestyle. I see you watching my movements. Get bad, bitch, bad every day. I know they look on your face. Bad man, bad every day. Get on your knees and pray. Do you regain your faith? Let me somebody that protect my energy from your paddler. Let my pastor say, I be my healer, everything I desire. I go to see. Flow like a river. If you get sour, come on, go and sit down. I go just para. Come on, find it down. I go just.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Keep It Real with me. My name is Hlogi for the babies, your host with the most. Now you already know that this is the podcast where we sit on the couch and
Keep it real.
I know that's right. Guys, welcome back to another episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and do watch our previous videos if you have not. So today I have another guest with me, another interview, another day, another interview. I haven't done interviews in forever, but I thought I should come back with a bang for an interview, you know. And I have a very nice person today with me. He's very nice, he's very humble, he's sweet. And yeah, I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hi guys, I'm Tshabalala. I'm a superbike racer and a technician by profession, and yeah, I'm just your normal guy.
Right, just your normal guy, he says. Is he? We'll find out. So yes guys, today I have Sia with me. I'm gonna put his social medias down in the description box below. Please can you check out his socials and just do the most for the boy, you know. So yeah, let's get into the interview. So my first question to Sia is, who is Sia?
Sia is I'd say a flower that grew from concrete, because
Right.
yeah, I come from a place where it's really tough, and being able to get to where I am today wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for my passion and my determination to make it happen.
Right.
So yeah, I really owe my journey to a lot of people, whether on and off the track. It's quite a lot of people that throughout the years they pitched in wherever they can, not just financially but the support emotionally, wherever I need support, like they were there for me. So I think it's just Sia is one person, but through a lot of people, if you
I
get
get
what
you,
I'm saying.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Right.
I'm just a community Sia.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I wanna know personally. I really, really wanna know because you racers have race numbers. Now I wanna know, why did you pick the race number 19? What does it mean to you?
So my race number is number 12 at first.
Really?
Yeah, it's because I started riding at the age of 12.
Oh.
Yeah, it could have been earlier, but coming from where I come from, we're not exposed to such. So
Yeah.
it was at 12, and then I used that number for a few years. And then when I got back, I went to my matric year. When I got back to racing, I couldn't use it anymore because someone was already using it in the class. So I had to like change it and make it something meaningful. And then I felt that it was a good change because throughout my years of racing using the number 12, I had good and bad days, but mostly bad.
Oh.
So I felt that even using that new number, I have to choose a number whereby I feel that it would be lucky and it would bring a positive change through my racing. So I picked 19 because I was 19 at the time. I was 19 at the time, and then that's where number 19 started.
Oh, okay. And with number 19, have you had more goods than bads?
Yo, number 19 has been good to me. I don't wanna lie.
Very.
Very good.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Can you tell us a bit about your background, like where you grew up, where you come from, just a little bit about what built Sia to where he is now?
Okay, so wait, start off. I'd say riding, not racing. I wanted those small cars from Toys R Us. I wanted those cars. So I asked my stepdad
Yeah.
to help me get one.
Uh-huh.
Not knowing that this one Christmas he'd come with a 4-wheeler. Yeah, it come with a 4-wheeler, and then that's where my riding started. And then I had this role model of mine. He used to be a biker, a well-known biker. He was very good, very good. I think
When you say was, is he
was,
deceased?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
he was very good.
Mm.
So I looked up to him in many ways, and then few years down the line, he passed away
Oh, no.
through the riding on the road. So he hit a truck head on, and then yeah, that that took a toll on me because I couldn't even sleep for like a month
Oh.
thinking about it. So it was quite a bad accident, and then we got together. I started a small group with the boys from our community. We started with bicycles. Later on, small bikes. Like I felt that whatever group we form, it had a positive change, because if I look at how things are going today, a lot of guys that we were with back then, most of them passed away. Most of them went into drugs. Most of them, like when I say passed away, they got maybe stabbed. It's just those ugly incidents. So I feel that during the time, having that small group of bikes or whatever, it had a positive change towards our youth, because we be involved in quite a number of good things.
Yeah.
And then we looked up to guys like the one I just mentioned, Tapel. He was very, oh, he was something else. I don't want to lie. So yeah, just thinking about him, it gets me into tears. So it happened that we started stunting, and then we wanted to go into racing. Like that small group of mine, we wanted to go into racing. We didn't know how, because we never had anyone to guide us or tell us where to start. And like in some instances, you'd find that people have like generational things whereby the
Yeah.
grandfather was racing, the father is racing, unlike us. So it's also not the cheapest sport around.
It's not.
So yeah, Chapo, we went into stunting. I went into stunting,
these
but
guys, hey.
yeah, we were stunting on the road. But then I went to stunting professional through the
Like movie wise.
not movie wise, but there was a certain drift league named XDL. It's very famous in America, so they bought it this side. They used to host it during the Gymkhana grid with Ken Block, and then so the bikes would come and then they stunt, and I was planning on getting into it professionally, because I figured that if I want to be a racer, I need to start somewhere. So that was my start for me. And then I met a few good guys, and they saw some of my videos on social media stunting, and they were like, "No, you're really good. You should consider racing." And I was like, I wanted to race, but I just didn't know where to start. And they were like, let us hook you up with Neil from Sema. So I went to Neil for one day, and then he was impressed with what I was able to achieve during that day, and then it just went on from there.
Right. Oh, that's a touching story,
Hmm.
man. Okay, and then when was the first time that you were introduced to Superbike?
Mm,
Like, can you remember? Was it like over the TV or?
I'd say the very same guy I was talking about, because he was riding a Honda CBR 1000 during the time.
Okay.
Like I always wanted a superbike,
Mhm.
but then when it comes to the racetrack, I think the first time I hopped on a superbike was in, I think, 2017 or late 2017.
Really?
It was a Suzuki 750. I never got the opportunity to race a super bike, but for now I've been racing these smaller bikes, because super bike racing and like junior racing, I'd say the prices and the expenses aren't the same. Because with super bikes, you have to pay for tires, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that. Unlike on the smaller bikes, the tires don't really like wear out quicker.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then can you remember how your first experience on a motorbike was? And do you remember what bike it was?
Mm, it's that four-wheeler, but I'd say the first time I got a real feel of a super bike wasn't at the racetrack. It was on the road.
On the road, really?
Yeah, it's I wouldn't like to talk about it because it's not advisable. But yeah, I think I don't want to say the age, but I was very young and I hope
Illegal. So it's illegal.
it's it's South African. Yeah.
In South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa. So I got on that bike. It was just around the block, and then it bit me.
Damn.
And then from there I went into track. But the feeling never stops. Like you think that maybe after getting used to it, those butterflies they go away. They
No,
don't.
never.
They don't. So every time you line up on the grid or every time you go out, you still get that feeling. And then once the race started, that's when you get back to being you as a racer.
Okay. And then how do you deal with like your nerves?
It's different every time.
Really?
Every time.
Is it like per track or
Per track.
just depending?
track.
So it doesn't depend on the people that are there.
It doesn't. It also does. It also does. But I think as a rider, it doesn't matter how many people, whoever is there. I think if one track was never a favorite track, it will never be your favorite track because there's this one specific corner, one specific place that spooks you.
Yeah.
So it changes whether you hop on a different bike. It changes. But if you don't like a racetrack, you don't like it. You just try your best to be as competitive as possible whenever you're there. But it's very rare to find a racer perform good at the Nemesis racetrack.
Track. What's your Nemesis racetrack?
It was Swartkops.
Ah, really?
Yeah, at a track like I crashed while riding an NSF on my first outing there because it's so tight and there's a tunnel. So like it was a lot of things for me to grasp at the first go. And then I did so many mistakes during that time, and then it was never the same ever since.
That was the first time I saw you at Swartkops a few years ago. Yeah. I don't remember what year it was, but
I think I was riding a different bike then.
Really?
Yeah, but I went there on an NSF.
That's what I'm saying.
250. Yeah, I also went there on a 250, but then I crashed a lot because it's my Nemesis track. So.
But like the time I saw you there, you were actually performing quite well.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying Sarkops is your Nemesis track because you performed quite well there. I expected you to say maybe like, I don't know, maybe Red Star or Pakisa because there's a lot of stories from those tracks.
Yeah, so Red Star was my favorite because it's fast. But there's only one turn that always caught me off guard, turn 1. And it always seemed to rain every time I go racing.
Really? But don't you think that's a blessing? Or is it not for you because the track is wet?
It's wet.
That's the
It's
thing.
wet. So there's this one time like I rode there on semi-slicks because I would say I don't have a very I don't want to say it, but yeah, I don't have enough funds to get any tire anytime I want. So most of the time I was on semi slicks and then it rained.
Damn.
So when you open the rear slides, when you brake, the front is just gliding on the water. So I just found a way of riding throughout my circumstances, whether it be good or bad.
Right.
So I trained myself to at least get the most out of the bike and myself as an athlete.
Do you recall when your very first race was and how you felt?
My very first
The
race.
first race. You know that one when they make you wear that yellow thingy?
Yeah, but they went around during the time.
Really?
But yeah, my first race. Where was it? I think it was Polokwane, if not Red Star. But I think Polokwane.
Really?
which explains why Polokwane is quite my favorite track.
Oh,
I never had a bad race in Polokwane. Like it was always nice.
smooth.
The first time I got to battle in the podium, not get the podium, but
Battle.
to battle in the
Yeah.
podium places was in Polokwane, and there's a racetrack. We don't use it anymore, but the Rock Raceway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to get a good like. I raced against like one of the top guys in SA, and I was able to battle with him, and I was like, yeah, you go, boy.
Nice. Okay. What challenges have you experienced so far?
I'd say most of my challenges was financial, because I was my own marketer, I was my own manager, and I'm an athlete. I couldn't, like, I never had the opportunity to focus just on racing
Yes.
because I'm just juggling everything.
You had to be your whole team.
I'm a team in one person, so the finances got me a lot because we find ourselves not being able to go race, or we find ourselves getting to the race, but we were just unprepared, and it would mess my mind up on the racetrack because I'm thinking of all these things that are missing, or all these things that are going on that I can't change, and I also have to perform because those the sponsors that are currently or been backing me up, they also need to get like a good result just to have a positive, or I can say a positive, I don't know what to say, but a positive way of bringing them to light.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah,
A positive image.
a positive image. Yeah.
Right.
Like
So-
I just want to give something back to them as well as a
Yes.
sponsor, not for them just to sponsor and not getting the results.
How do you feel about? I know this happens mostly to black people. I don't want to make it a race thing, but it is the actual fact. How do you feel that there's a lot of black kids out there that are very talented, but finance is a very big issue?
I was one of them. Because,
But how would you like motivate a person to not give up?
like I said before, it's all about your passion and determination. Because I spent most of my racing journey or career with an unemployed mom.
Really?
I started my racing career with my mom being unemployed. We knew no one, we knew nothing about the sport. I needed to learn how to draft up proposals on my own.
Damn.
And I was really young back then, so I made a lot of mistakes, and I learned from the mistakes, which helped me get like good company around me. So I would say the passion and determination got me here, and I still want to go a bit further with it.
Yes.
It's just that we do get those small challenges that we have to face.
Yeah. True.
But I'd say for anyone that's from a place where I come from, or a place similar, I'd say if it's yours, it will come to you.
True.
You just have to work towards it.
True.
So,
True.
yeah, like I've been saying in many of my interviews, if you want to be a race car driver or bike rider, just expose yourself to what you want, and then it will come to you in one way or another.
Manifest it.
Yeah, it will come to you.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. So, as a rider, what do you have to do to get a sponsor?
I'd say have a, not say good profile, because you can't start with a good profile. You'll have your flops.
Yeah.
So I'd say just get in touch with the right people. Just like try to contact whichever contact you get. Just be there. Don't let it go to waste or doubt yourself, saying that they won't even consider me, and then you stop. So if you do get an email or a phone number for a specific brand and you want to go into that endeavor, or just be involved with them, contact them, because you never know who's watching, or you never know who's willing to help.
True, and you'll never know until you try.
Because I think our doubt having a doubt makes you to not really achieve a lot more.
Yeah.
Because we're not the same. You find that whatever specific brand, they grow fond of whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But because you're afraid to get in touch, you won't even know that
Mm.
they would love to be involved with whatever you're doing.
True.
Yeah.
True. And then, do you want to tell our people who your sponsor is?
Um, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, but yeah, I do have a few sponsors to name. So I'd like to give thanks to Monster Energy, Motorsport SA, Makazela Air, and the Rainbow Biker Foundation for always being there for me as an athlete and for always trying their best to get involved in whatever I do.
Yeah.
So, and there's also like this particular, like, it's quite a number of people that have been involved in my journey,
And I'm pretty sure
and
if they go to your Instagram,
yeah,
they'll see it.
they too many to mention.
Yeah.
There's this particular funeral home, so it's just a bunch of people that have been doing their best to
The
help.
community that
Yeah,
you were talking about.
yeah. So yeah,
Okay, no. What drives you to continue competing in superbikes?
I just want to be the voice of the voiceless. Yeah.
Nice.
So there are a few guys who are the previous year.
Mm.
They want to get into racing, but they don't know how.
Yeah.
And I tend to find them most of the time on my social media pages. They'd message me or just to ask, how did you go into the sport? How are you? So I try my best to advise them on the path they could take to get them to motorsport. And if they do have a bike, I try my best to come and advise them and train them. Like we recently had this initiative with Sfiso.
Mm.
And we went to South Corps to educate normal road riders to like to have a safer riding journey throughout their days.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of accidents on the roads.
Yeah, a lot.
So, and I've experienced it firsthand with my role models dying on the road. So it was just refreshing to find a community whereby they're not really interested in these kind of things being there, and they were willing to grasp whatever knowledge we were able to share with them. So yeah, I feel that for any type of racer, they will find a way.
Yes,
They will
that's
find
true.
a way.
That's very true. And then, would you like one day want to? I know MSA does this a lot, where they have like people that want to be riders and they teach them for a day. Would you want to host that your own, like host
My
your own
own.
someday,
The plan was to always have something like that of my own.
an academy or something?
Yeah, of my own. So my biggest problem was the finances. So
Yeah.
basically what I wanted to do was now I'm sharing my ideas with people. I wanted to have a small kart track in my community whereby we groom young motorcycle riders or kart racers, because you find that there's a lot of people who have a talent behind the wheel.
Yes.
They also end up being something like a taxi driver or something. And then I feel that if we were able to take that talent and make it like refurbish that talent, we get something very big out of it.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's very true. Okay. I want to know, how do you handle the pressure on race days? Like, do you have a routine that you follow from when you wake up until when you are qualifying, or do you just thug it out and be like, today is whatever day, I'm just gonna do it?
I say this most of the time. So for me, there's no chance for me to panic. Like I don't have any time to panic. So whatever I deal with, I have to deal with it.
Right.
Because if I do panic, what's the use? I started it all for nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I'd rather, if I'm having a bad day, let it be a bad day and let me face that bad day. Unlike me running away.
Right.
Because I come really far for me to just give it up. like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So yeah. So if it is a bad day, it's a bad day. And
Yeah.
then I'd say I wake up. Music is really good. So I wake up, get a shower. Most of the time I don't even wake up. Like I just lose sleep. maybe I'd be up by 3 a.m.
Yeah.
or 2 a.m. and then I never get sleep after that, and then get whatever refreshments I can get. I choose to rather eat early in the morning because I know during the day I won't have the appetite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd rather eat while I'm still at wherever I am, whether the hotel or at home. Eat and then during the races, just get some refreshments.
Okay. Okay, and then my last question for you is what would you like to say to a young girl or boy out there that sees themselves as the next Mark Marquez but does not know where to start?
Hmm. I'd say don't underestimate yourself. And there's a black proverb or black word they use. "Go ska inyatsa." So yeah,
Period.
ska inyatsa. Don't shy away from getting what you want,
Mm.
because you never know what may happen. You never know. There's this one guy, I never forget him, and I always keep him near me. Steve Santup, he's from the USA. He once told me that, see, just go for it, because you never know
Period.
who's watching.
Yes.
You never know who's watching.
Mm.
My blessing and your blessing won't ever be the same.
Mm.
You might get more. So it's just a matter of going towards, like I've been saying now, going towards what you want.
Yes.
Mm.
All right. And we're not done, guys. We're not done. I have a game that we have to play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now we are gonna get into our game. Okay, so the game we are playing is Guess the Rider. Okay? That's the name of the game.
You.
The name of the game is Guess the Rider. I have 5 people that I'm gonna ask Sia. He must guess the rider. And then this is a test. We are testing him to see if he really is as serious about his career as he says. Let's see. Okay. Number 1. So I'm gonna give you like what this person has done, and then you must give me their name.
Okay.
Like, let's say I'm gonna say, for example, his race number is 19. Then you have to say yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that. Okay.
Oh, can you please repeat?
The example.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say like he's a guy and his race number is 19.
Mm.
Then you have to give me the answer, and the answer would be C, right?
Okay.
Like that.
But please, rather have a category, because you have SBK, you have MotoGP. So
That's the thing. I have no idea what those are.
Okay, sharp. Let's
It's
just
like
try
it's national names.
Okay.
I mean international.
Okay.
It's international names. Like I feel like everybody knows them.
Yeah.
If you've like watched MotoGP or any of those.
Okay.
Number one is pretty easy.
Mm.
Number 1, he has won 8 world championships.
Mark Marquez.
Ah, you see. Nice, that's correct. Ding 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 ding. Okay, number 2. He has been riding superbikes from the year 2000 and retired in 2021. Ding, 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 ding. Should I repeat that?
Please do.
He has been riding superbikes from the year 2000 till he retired in 2021.
Isn't it Valentino?
Nice! Yes, it is Rossi. Okay, number 3. He won the 2016 Moto3 World Championship.
Okay.
He won the 2016
Brad
Moto3.
Bender.
Yes! Our very own South African. That's the next you. That's the next you right there. I don't know in what year, but
we'll get there.
some year. Okay, number 4. He won the 2021 MotoGP World Championship.
Fabio Quartararo.
Nice!
I'm smashing it.
I feel like these were too easy, guys. Okay, number 5. Last one. I don't know how this one is gonna go down, but I tried making number 5 difficult because I felt like the others were too easy. Number 5. She was the only female racer in MotoGP in 2017.
MotoGP.
2017. Only female racer.
And is it Moto3?
No, MotoGP.
MotoGP.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a guess on this one because I'm not sure if it's Moto3 or MotoGP straight.
Okay.
Is it Anna Carrasco?
No. It's Maria Herrera.
Maria.
I
Okay.
didn't even
okay.
know who that was. I
But
had to
she's
search.
not in MotoGP. She's
What is she in?
she's
Moto3?
racing the electric bikes.
Okay, well that's Google's fault because I googled females in MotoGP to make it hard for you.
Okay, so I still won.
I'll give it to him, but Google says she was the first female in MotoGP in 2017. But anyway, you got 4 out of 5. That's nice.
Okay, thank you.
Woo! So guys, that comes to the end of our interview with Sia. Don't forget to follow him on his socials. Everything will be down in the description box below. And yeah, guys, this is Sia and this is Turkey signing out. Sia, do you have anything else you want to say?
I'd just like to say that thank you for giving me this opportunity,
Thank you
and
for coming.
I hope whoever gets to watch this and has that aspiration of becoming a racer gets there.
Yes.
And I hope there's still guys like me who are willing to help them wherever we can.
Yes, Sia's very talented. I've seen him race and ciao, black talent is a thing, you know what I'm saying? Just gotta say that. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're out. Bye.
Bye.